Hey cousins, welcome to Respectfully. So today we have to talk about what is going on. First of all, shout out to my friend Cam Higby, to my friend Andrew, David, Fabian, Lance, everybody that is a part of the Fearless Tour that is going on. If you haven't seen, the Fearless Tour is a bunch of young, right-wing patriots that are going out to college campuses, continuing the legacy of Charlie Kirk. They are standing firm on "We Are Charlie Kirk," and they are 10 toes down on the fact that we are going to continue discourse, continue conversation, and debating on all campuses. So what just happened over at Tennessee State University, if you have not seen yet, is a bunch of these students at this historically black college and university, they ran off the debaters. They were afraid of the discourse. So we are going to get into all of that. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Welcome to Respectfully. My earpiece. So if you, first of all, let's just start off with this clip of them running off Cam, just so you guys can see what we're dealing with here. And don't judge me. I find this way too funny because I know him personally. As long as he's safe, just chaos.
We created y'all knowledge. We created y'all science. We created y'all math. Y'all didn't do besides steal. Y'all didn't do anything.
Who is y'all? This is so crazy.
You guys didn't make you guys touch children. You guys
showing them the door.
We walking them to the door, y'all. I don't even know how they got on campus. We gonna figure that out, but I don't know. They need to get like a trespass, penalty or something because
crazy.
Sending them off.
tell them it's that boy.
So this is the reaction to what happens when you go and try to have peaceful conversation on campus. It's not like they're going there and being extreme or racist or anything like that, like these people are trying to make it seem like, because again, these are all personal friends of mine. So to see this reaction at an HBCU, it is just wild. But if you want to get just a glimpse of the kind of content that they do, I believe we have an example of just like this calm civil discourse, again, that Charlie Kirk has popularized on these college campuses.
This system can't be ignored. Like, we can't just say it does not exist, because there are countless examples of it existing.
Maybe just one example of what you're talking about. So what's wrong
Shout
with the
out to
system
David.
that allows, I guess, racism to be systemic or institutionalized?
I mean, I would argue the opposite. Like, again, we have civil rights acts on top of civil rights acts, in addition to the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause. 14th Amendment being written for the sole purpose of expanding and equalizing the rights of white people and black people. And furthermore, the 14th Amendment Equal Protection Clause echoes exactly what the Civil Rights Act says, right? You cannot be discriminated based on your inalienable characteristics like your race, your sex, your sexuality, etc.
So yeah, like you see, calm, factual conversation. And if you don't know those guys, be sure to go and check out all the content that they do. They are just like encyclopedias. The amount of things that they memorize is just so impressive. I really think that they're going to be some of the biggest voices in this entire political creator space in the near future. Now, again, you would think that that would be something that people would encourage, reaching across the aisle. But as we saw with the response of Charlie Kirk, many of these people are just hateful to have their ideas challenged. And it's so interesting to me because a lot of people ask me why. They ask me because, if you don't know my backstory, used to be a liberal, used to be a BLM activist. I was woke, and I'm someone that challenged my own ideas, and I came over to this side. And it really comes down to just a few reasons why a lot of these people are so afraid of people like David and Cam and Lance going on these campuses. First of all, it's fear. It is very much the fear that a lot of black people and a lot of just progressives and leftists in general have this fear that if they listen to you and you present all this factual information to them, they're terrified of it making sense. The reason why is because they know that if they agree with you and they agree with a conservative or anybody that leans right, they know that they are now potentially subjecting themselves to the same ostracization, the same hatred, the same intolerance that they have been a part of amplifying. They don't want to be on the other end of that. So for some of them, they just get angry because they would rather be angry and make you afraid of changing their minds. A lot of these people are also afraid because I've seen a bunch of the signs that, this group, the Fearless Tour, has, and it will say something like about DEI. It'll talk about why DEI is bad and why we don't need it. Some of these people, what they're afraid of is that if you don't have DEI, then they no longer have the crutch of it. A lot of them, they are insecure because for so long, a lot of these black kids have been raised with this thought process that they are less capable than white people. And then when you say that, they're like, oh, well, you're being racist. It's like, no, no, no. If you're constantly saying that white people are supreme and that you're oppressed, what you're making it seem like is like you have this ceiling above you and you think that you need a crutch, which is insane. When you look at the metrics for so many different, so many different education metrics, black women especially, like I always say, shout out to black women, they're outpacing at a lot of these education metrics. But instead of looking at that and being like, wow, we are so powerful. Wow, there are over 2 million self-made black millionaires, or I don't know if they're all self-made, but over 2 million black millionaires in America today. Instead of looking at that and respecting it, a lot of these people think that they need the crutch of DEI. And I'm here to say, no, you don't. If you have the work ethic, if you know how to network, if you know how to apply yourself, then you can be successful. You do not need DEI. But removing something like DEI or affirmative action or whatever woke metric to give black people, favored treatment at these HBCUs where some of them, and not all the HBCUs do this. A lot of people who go to HBCUs are actually very conservative. But when you take that away, when you take away the crutch, you also make it to where it's possible for you to fail on your own merit. A lot of these people like having the security blanket of claiming systemic racism, because the second that you can blame everything on this invisible boogeyman known as race, then you suddenly no longer have to be accountable to that. That's where it is. So it's ultimately insecurity and people being systemically disempowered for a very, very long time. And it's just so funny to see how angry these people are at discourse when, if anything, you should be angry at the fact that your professors must not be having enough discourse with you, because TSU, Tennessee State University, actually has one of the lowest graduation rates in the whole country when it comes to universities. I looked and saw that in the last 6 years, only 33% of these students graduate, within a 6-year time frame, only 33% of their students graduate. That is awful. Do you know how much money these students are paying to go to university just for only a third of them to graduate? That's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. And it's actually hilarious to me because just a week ago, one of their former star football players, this guy named Horace, was in my DM sending me the most crazy racist anti-Semitic stuff. And then when I clapped back at him, he tried to be like, I agree with some of the things you say. So I tried to have a discourse of being like, okay, well, let's talk about what don't you agree with. I said to him, I'm like, do you not think that it's crazy as black men that we are being pigeonholed until we have to agree with this certain thing? And if we don't agree with this, then we're considered sellouts. And you know what he did? Blocked me. Hit me with the blockiana. But Horace, you're lucky I'm not petty and I don't play the screenshot game, but I will call you out. Okay, what you're really mad about is the fact that you tore up your little ankle and it ruined your football career. Don't be mad at me because you can't keep your ankles untwisted, partner. Okay, so when it comes back to this whole University and Fearless tour, and be sure to go on their pages because they have a fundraiser for security just to make sure that they're safe. Okay, because on a serious note, with everything that's going on, I think it's that much more important that we are prioritizing safety. I text Cam all the time and tell him, like, please, for the love of God, do what you need to do to be safe. I know they have security, but I reached out to him, and the first question I asked him, I was like, well, are the universities providing any kind of protection for you, or are you getting permission to go there? He says, well, technically, yes, they're getting permission to be on these college campuses, but no to the fact that they're providing security. So all the security measures that they're taking is completely independent. The only time that they actually bring the campus police over is when it starts to get a little rowdy. So we don't want to be in a situation where they don't do anything until it's too late. So please go and check out their security fund and donate whatever you can to make sure that they have the resources that they need. I know here at PragerU, we're actually working on creating a similar fund so that we can start supporting creators to make sure that they're safe when they are out and about and trying to have civil, calm, peaceful discourse. I believe we have more clips too of just like some of the reactions on campus and some of the things that were happening. Mr. Rodriguez, do we have more of those?
Yes, we do. Would you like to see the news hit kind of encompassing?
Oh, yeah. Let's see the news hit first. I want to see what they had to say on campus.
Let's go for it.
Thank you.
We had a group of people come and start to heckle us.
Why even provoke on our campus?
New tonight, chaos here at the Tennessee State University campus after a debate group visits the campus wearing MAGA hats and carrying signs against DEI and illegal immigration.
Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us from TSU tonight after speaking with both students and that debate group.
Most students I spoke with are calling the conservative group who showed up here at TSU hateful. That group tells me they were just trying to have civil discourse with the students and are accusing those who push back of inciting violence.
Yeah, objectively, it's on camera.
Video shows spirited Tennessee State University students gathered around the Fearless Debates group. David Cate is a co-founder.
We went from a peaceful conversation with students to quite literally a mob inciting violence against us.
He tells me they are trying to encourage debate on the heels of Charlie Kirk's murder. The signs the group brought read, DEI should be illegal and deport all illegals now. Let's talk.
Immediately.
TSU senior Layla Johnson was there when it all went down on Tuesday.
What did you think about the group coming onto this campus with those signs?
I just feel like it was unnecessary. Like, why would you come to a HBCU with all that commotion knowing that we're going to say something about it? Like, they're just, like, insane.
Why did your group pick a historically black college to have this conversation?
Is there a reason why we shouldn't go to historically black colleges to have these conversations?
That's
We're
a good
not
answer.
limiting who we want to go speak to based off their race, based off their gender.
The university is calling the group's
That's a good
actions
answer.
hostile
Why not?
and
Why
saying
would you not?
TSU students conducted themselves in a professional and respectful manner.
Take a look at our last six stops, our first 6 stops. We have not had an issue like this whatsoever.
Layla believes they were not there for debate, but to provoke students.
I don't agree
Okay,
with it.
can
Like,
I
it's
just say this?
not-
It's so funny how they will try to gaslight and try to make it seem like, oh, the black students were being totally peaceful. It's like you literally see them running up to them, screaming in their faces, grabbing their signs, throwing things at their car, committing vandalism. It's like things like this make me so embarrassed sometimes on behalf of black folk because y'all are acting like every single stereotype. Okay, like David just said, they have been to multiple stops. The Fearless Tour, the Fearless Debate Tours have been to multiple campuses, but the second they get to an HBCU, y'all want to act crazy. Y'all want to act a fool. Y'all give fuel to the racist people. Y'all are the reason why racist people have so much content to react to. I'm always talking about this. If black people want to have fewer stereotypes, how about we stop acting like the stereotype? Because I'm not. But some of y'all are just being ghetto. Downright straight up ghetto. And then you're sitting here moving them box braids around being like, I don't know why they came over here with all this commotion. God forbid some white folk want to talk to you. Okay, because had they skipped every black folk or every black community or black college, then you would have been like, oh, they don't want to have discourse with black people. And if they didn't, I want to be able to blame them. Because the way that you guys are reacting. And don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. And it's not just the white people that they're mad at. And mind you, they kept calling this group conservative. A lot of them are actually libertarian or classically liberal, which if you have common sense and you lean anywhere that isn't wildly progressive and victim mindset, you're just grouped into conservative ideology these days. But they had a black security guard, and this is how he was treated on an HBCU campus. I have to look at those while your hand is ashy. Oh, now if he would have swung, he's better than me. I would have given him black fatigue that day. Crazy. So again, it really doesn't even matter. It's not even just a racial thing at this point. It's just that these students are terrified at the thought of having their thoughts challenged. They're terrified of discourse. They're terrified of truth. They're terrified of not having the crutch of DEI and victim mindset, being the foundation of their careers. And it's sad. It's really sad that these black students do not have a high enough self-image to be able to overcome the thought of DEI. You know what I mean? So, again, shout out to the Fearless Tour. They're brave. They're really, really brave doing this at the time that they're doing it. A lot of people have been asking me if I would join one of their stops, and maybe, I don't know. I got a little fear in me because these people are crazy. I don't have time to be pepper spraying everybody. Oh, this video sends me. Wait, this. She'll lose her. About to lose her voice. I'm sorry. Okay, hot take. I find ghetto people way too amusing. I'm not laughing with you. I'm laughing at you because you just look so ratchet. And was that the same girl that was doing that's not her. No, the girl was light skinned earlier. I was gonna say that better not be the same girl that they asked to do a news hit. But Cam, I give you your credit. Cam and I, we have all kind of memories and lore. I make fun of that guy all the time for so many reasons and vice versa. But I have to say, I really respect, his ability to stay composed in this situation. Please stay safe. These people are crazy. They are so crazy. And Cam also does a lot of work exposing the Free Palestine crowd. It was actually he and I that went undercover. And props to him, it was his idea to do it. We went undercover at the UCLA encampments to see the crazy things that they were saying and just how uneducated these people are. I went inside the encampments. I'll never forget. These kids didn't even know what October 7th was. They didn't even know what apartheid meant. They didn't know anything about what it was that they were in these gender neutral poop bucket having encampments were. And that's what we were able to expose together because he is not afraid to go in and really get the real scoop. Shout out to independent journalism. If you're wondering what the university has to say about it, here's like their statement. Hold on, where are my eyes at? 'Cause I'm blind as a bat. What does it say? I'm not reading all this, but basically it says today a group of individuals unaffiliated with Tennessee State University appeared on college campus without prior notice, which I don't believe is true from what I was told. And they basically sit here and try to cover up, acting like these students did nothing wrong when clearly the students were acting like wild animals. And no, I'm not being racist and saying they were acting like animals because they're black. I'm saying it because they were acting like wild animals, period. Doesn't matter their skin tone. Don't clock it. Don't try to clock me. But this is what the university had to say. It's milquetoast. It's nothing. It's vanilla, and I'm unimpressed. But what I am impressed by is the Fearless Debate Tour, and I just wanted to make sure we took some time today to shout them out as they have been ran off the campus, but it is not stopping them. They have many more stops to go, and I hope you guys support them. Thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of Respectfully. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you soon. I got some business to go handle.